Gujarat Pipavav down 3.5. Nalco is down 3. Tata Steel, United Breweries are also names that are losing out. Let's also just look at some of the other names and names which are not okay. We also have Ruchit Jain now with us. Ruchit, what's happening in the markets? If markets don't take support over here, you think that downsides can be quite significant?
Good afternoon, Pankaj. Pankaj, overall, if we see, then 7,850, I think once. Pankaj, overall, if we see, then 8050 to be precisely was a very strong support for the market. Probably in today's trading session, we have seen that support has been breached with a gap down opening. So usually when we see supports getting breached with gap down openings, that's generally a negative sign. And even after that gap down opening, if you see such kind of negative market breadth, then that does not goes well for the markets. At least for short term, I think unless we see any kind of reversals, this short term pressure is going to get continued in forms of supports. 7918, which was the low form during on 21st of November, would be first support level from here on. But I think if this market breadth remains on the negative side and if that gets breached, then we can see levels coming up to 7820. Now coming on to the velocity of this fall, we don't think there would be any significant post that. So because if we compare the price along with the RSI or any other momentum readings, then the negative momentum which was there during the last fall in the month of November, so the momentum readings are not that lower during this fall, which clearly indicates that we may see some sort of positive divergence coming in if the Nifty goes and tests around 7820. So one can assume that this leg of fall which is there, which is right now going on, could be the last leg of down move which we are seeing in this recent correction of last 2 to 3 months. So although we have exited our longs at today's opening because the support has been breached with a gap down opening, we are not advising our clients to go and short, to create any short positions index as of now. In fact, if the index comes at the lower levels around 7820 or which is about 120-130 points lower from current levels, probably that would then it would be a good buying opportunity again for a bounce back move.
Right. So what would you buy or what would you keep your eye on to buy?
Well, one should definitely see those stocks which are doing sideways or which are not falling in this falling market. So probably you need to identify which are the outperformers or which are the stocks which are not falling in spite of the markets going down. So those would be first stocks which would outperform or which would go up when the markets start again coming up. As on stock specific, Mahindra & Mahindra is one of the stocks that we are looking at. If you observe, then the stock is trading around its long-term support zone. On the weekly charts, the stock is hovering around its good retracement supports, and even on the daily charts, some sort of consolidation is going on. But the stock is not falling in line with the markets. So in case if the markets start again moving higher, then M&M could be the one of the stock which could show significant outperformance vis-a-vis the market, and around 1270, even 1280 could be seen in about 1.5 months time frame. So M&M is one of the stock that we are recommending to go long. Other than M&M in stock specific front, from mid caps side, BEML is another stock in which we have seen good outperformances in today's trading session. If you observe, then the stock has breached its resistance of 200 days simple moving average today, and even the volumes on this breakout is much higher compared to what usually the stock shows volume. So I think BML is one other stock which we are recommending to go long which we have recommended to go long in today's session. So M&M and BML could be seen from short to medium term perspective. One can create long positions even at current level in both these stocks.
Do you think Aurobindo Pharma, with the sort of decline that it has seen, one can look to buy?
I think in fact the entire pharma sector as a whole has not recently shown any kind of decent up move. Even if we see other stocks, Sun Pharma, even Aurobindo Pharma, every pullback move which was there, that was a bit on lower volumes. And this sector rather as a whole has not shown any kind of reversal signs even on the daily or the weekly chart. So I think some sort of pressure could continue in this stock. We are not expecting any major positive momentum to kick in the pharma sector, at least in short term. Talking specifically about Aurobindo Pharma, then on the daily charts there is a low top, low bottom structure, and even if you observe the volumes, then recently the volumes have started increasing on when the stock has started going down. So due to this, the stock may remain under pressure in near term. At least we can expect another 5 to 7% further downside from current levels. 615, 618 would be the levels to watch out for. So one could avoid the stock as of now. And in fact, any long positions, if any is there from any short-term trading perspective, one should look to exit from the stock. The stock could correct up to 615 to 618.
Ruchit, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure talking to you. Taking a break, coming back in 2 minutes, Gautam Chachoria from UBS will join us on the other side.